And I'm here with a Technique Essentials video, and I'm going to be talking about shaped cards. And there are a lot of different ways you can make shaped cards from tracing out different shapes. But I thought it would be really fun to use a die to make a cupcake shaped card. And it just so happens that Hero Arts has this really cute low profile die that's perfect. It's the perfect size for this project. So to start, I wanted to make my own background papers. So I'm just using some Poppy ink and the chevron background stamp. That's a collaboration between Studio Calico and Hero Arts. And the scratch paper there is just going to keep my hands from getting all inky. I know I'm one of those ridiculous stampers that does not like to get her fingers inky. And then I'm going to use my tweezers to lift it off because I don't want to smear the project or of course get my fingers inky. And then I wanted to make another piece of pattern paper. So I'm just using the little tiny flower stamp and some red ink on some pink layering paper, and that'll give me the piece I need for my frosting. And once I've got those done, it's time to die cut everything out. So I'm going to layer the pattern paper on top of a piece of white cardstock because I want to actually get both shapes cut out at the same time. And the washi tape I'm using there is just going to hold everything in place and keep it from shifting, because sometimes when you layer papers together and send them through with the die, things start to shift and move around. So this will keep everything in place, and then I'll end up with two pieces that will be the base of the card. They'll be white, and then I'll have my layering pattern papers cut out in the shape that I need. And then when I take them apart, you can see that I've got everything die cut perfectly to match. And then I'm just tracing with a pencil some poofy shapes on the back of the pink, because I think frosting on a cupcake should be fluffy and poofy, and that makes it therefore more delicious, even if it's made from paper. And then I thought it would be fun to sponge the edges, because it just gives it a little bit more definition when you're layering these different pieces together. So I've got that done very quickly, and I'm just going to use some foam mounting tape to layer that to the yellow piece. And there you can see my cupcake is starting to take shape and is looking very, very yummy. And once we have those pieces together, we can layer those to the front panel of the card. So I'm just going to lay down some dot runner there and layer that piece on top. And this is forming the entire front of the card. So once those are together, I will turn my attention to the back panel, and I just need to score a line very quickly at the top. This is where I want my card to fold, and that score line there will create the piece that I need. And I'm going to crease the fold line there, and then, yep, everything looks perfect. And I'll add more adhesive right there just along that scored piece, and I'll mount it. I'd like to work from the back side. So I'll get that layered on there perfectly, and there's my hinge. Isn't that nifty? I think that's so cool. And then I thought it would be fun to add a cherry, so I die cut, there's a cherry in that set, so I die cut a cherry from some red cardstock, and then I'm just going to run that through my Xyron machine. Now you've seen me do this before. I layer it face down. I want the adhesive on the top side, or the colored side, and then I'm going to burnish the edges with my stylus tool there to get rid of what I like to call adhesive boogers. And then we're just going to drop that down into the big old bin of Prisma glitter. Love that stuff. That's why I have so much of it. We'll rub the excess off, and then we're ready to take some twine. Now, I thought it would be fun. I cut off the stem originally because I thought it would be really fun to make a stem from this twine. And it's the perfect color. It's got that nice rich brown color, and it's got a lot of shape and stability or body to it, so it'll hold its shape really well. And then I'll just stick that on there with some foam mounting tape. Again, lots of dimension. I like dimension on my cards. And get that in place. So I've got sparkly cherry, I've got the maraschino stem, and now it's time for a greening. And so I just like to stamp that on a piece of a white cardstock. I have lots of scraps around, and they're perfect for this. And a lot of times it's easier to trim it out after I've stamped it, because then I get the perfect width. And then I'm just going to banner punch the ends using my square punch. I think you've seen me do this before. And I'll do the other end very quickly. And then a little bit more foam adhesive will go on the back side of that banner. And then we'll get that mounted to the front very quickly. And there you go. Isn't that the cutest little shaped card ever? Yes, it is. I love the way it's got the hinge on there and it doesn't interfere with the shape of the card. That's just a nifty way to do your shaped cards. I just think it looks so yummy, and some kid on their birthday is going to squeal when they get this card. I just know it. Thanks for watching.